So part of what I look for in a bourbon is how old-fashionable it is. Because that is my go-to
drink. Same
cocktail.
So now, which one do you actually normally put in there?
Well, it's really whichever whiskey I have at the time. I mean, but like I'm always searching for something that's very smooth, but also dynamic. In that it is
smooth. What do you mean by that?
I mean, it doesn't have bite, like noticeable bite. So
are you mixing your own, or are you buying a pre-mix?
I'm usually mixing my own, but if I'm ever like traveling somewhere, like if I'm in Omaha or something, or we're going to a fancy restaurant, like I like to try their old fashions, because like that is a drink that I think no matter where you go, it's always a little bit different.
Yes,
and
it is.
You never exactly know what bourbon or whiskey they're gonna have in it.
I would highly encourage you to use this for an old fashioned, because the old fashions that we had at the Driftless Glen distillery were absolutely to die for.
Now the question is, meddled or not meddled?
I have no idea what that
Explain
is.
that. Explain that.
Okay.
Mine has to be.
Okay.
It has to be.
You have to have meddled?
You have to have meddled?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not. I don't like my fruit meddled, which is what they're doing is they're smashing it.
Totally, yeah.
What's
that?
No.
To me, it just it takes the flavor underneath and holds it there, and I love that.
Metal.
But I like Wisconsin style old fashioned.
Okay. That's a little different.
That's a little
It
different.
is.
Yeah.
It is. But I like.
And you are non-metal?
I'm non-meddled, and I have had all sorts of types. I've gone to bars that, oh yeah, ours is the best, and it was the worst I've ever had, and it turned me off until I got back into another restaurant, and she got me back on it, and I've gone through. One night we had 4 of them sitting there, and it was like, bam, 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 and it was. We've tried different things. We started off with the Angel Envy. We did the Woodford Reserve, which was pretty good. The Jefferson. That was really good. And then the one that blew us out of the water was the Widow Jane. That was really good. And then because I've had a hard time trying to keep track of making it at home for basically mixing my own bitters, and I've gone to the Woodford Reserve pre-mix.
Okay.
That is consistent, and I absolutely just enjoy it. The flavor is a nice sweeter flavor, and I've actually really enjoyed that part.
So that's what he means by the
Okay.
No, or
That
metal.
makes sense now.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm a 50-50. I can go either way. I'll leave it to the restaurant, wherever I'm at. And if they muddle it, great. I'll try it that way. If I don't like it, I'll tell them don't. Just put a cherry in.
Most of the bartenders I've been around, they're cheap whores. They won't take the time to muddle. They'll just kind of go, here.
Well,
Seriously.
well, the other thing is that, it goes down to whether they're
Am I wrong?
using the actual cube or are they doing that simple syrup that's pre-mixed for them.
Right.
That comes into play as well.
I do not want the Walmart of an old fashioned.
Yeah.
Put a little time into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Make it make sweet love.
If you're
So it's
paying
when you
15,
smash up the
$18
fruits.
for it, you want it to be
How's that for a long
Gotcha.
turnabout?
It's when you smash up the fruits, or if you just use the bitters.
Yeah, we went around that one.
So there's our discussion on
I'm
old
learning.
fashioned. So in case you're curious, that's kind of where we all sit on an old fashioned. For the Great American Whiskey Cuckers, I'm your host, Jeff Zart. We'll see you next time. See ya.
Were we rolling?
Yes, the entire time.
We were?
That was a phenomenal discussion.
Great.
That was the best.